What's up, my babes? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I wanted to bring a entirely different style of content to my channel because I like watching other YouTubers that dibble and dabble into different genres and niches. So for me, I absolutely enjoy watching other content creators that do reaction videos along with a variety of other things within their channel. So with me being that type of person who wants a one-stop shop, I decided to integrate that into my channel for you guys. Hopefully you like this video. But yeah, I came across this story 2 days ago. It hit home for a lot of bases as far as a lot of the things that the young lady was saying that happened to her, and it's pretty much about a jealousy feud between two friends. Yeah, I want you guys to see it, so I'm going to make sure I put all the information, tag the video in the description box. But I really need y'all to see this with me because I don't loosely say friends, and I don't categorize everyone that I meet as my friend. And this is one of the main reasons why, along with my own stories and my own experiences with people. So y'all just watch this video with me. I had to give you guys my reaction on Chronicle Speaks video. She's a dope content creator. She does interviews, she does reactions, more so like in the term of interviewing, and she's just dope. The title of this video here that grabbed my attention is "Woman Speaks Out After Fake Friend Stabs Her 6 Times During Jealous Rage." Like, what? Crazy, right? I know, but keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see more content from me. If you want, you can also hit the notification bell. That is going to allow you to get a notification whenever I post a new video or any content for that matter. So yeah, let's get into this because I don't want to prolong this any longer because I want y'all to be alert, aware, and clear that everyone is not your friend, and you can't call everyone a friend. You can't label everyone a friend. Let's get into it. Let's just get into it right now.
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks. So the saying always goes, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer.
True.
But nowadays it's hard to differentiate the two because so-called friends will smile in your face and stab you in the back, literally. That's what happened to my next guest, Dejanay, a New Orleans native who was living in Florida, rooming with a woman she thought was her friend, when one fateful night that friend turned enemy, Abigail Hennington, stabbed her 6 times after a dispute over Dejanay's missing phone, leaving Dejanay for dead. The victim is still currently in the hospital after undergoing surgery, a blood transfusion, and not to mention the mental anguish. Hearing her screams while being stabbed and then hearing her say, "Please don't let me die," I knew I needed to talk to her. It needs to be out in the forefront so we could teach our girls how to recognize friend from foe. Without further ado, here is Dejanay. Hi everyone, this is Chronicle Speaks and I am with Dejanay. How are you today?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Just fine. I saw your story on a couple of blogs and it really caught my eye, and I felt terrible seeing what happened to you. You're actually in the hospital. This is the first interview I've actually done with someone in the hospital, but I wanted you to tell your story. So can you tell everyone who you are and how did you end up in the hospital?
I'm Dejanay. I'm 24 years old and I ended up in the hospital.
I'm gonna pause it real quick because it is so sad. Like, y'all gonna see me tearing up. I'm a crybaby. I discussed this. I am a crybaby, okay? But this is absolutely insane. Like, ridiculous. I gotta gather myself because it's a lot. Even hearing the audio in the beginning was a lot. Let's get back to it.
From someone who was once a friend. I wouldn't even say she wasn't a friend. She was actually a friend to me, and that's the hardest part, End up stabbing me 6 times, literally twice in the back. So,
Is this someone that you went to school with, someone you grew up with?
No, she's actually someone I met recently. So I wouldn't say she was a long-term friend, But she was like, she didn't give me any bad vibes. We've actually known each other for about 6 to 7 months. I mean, the friendship was going smoothly, greatly. She was actually a good friend. Okay. So, people always say she was never your friend. She was never your friend. She actually was a friend, That's actually the hardest part, to actually have to deal with.
Okay, so what happened where you... Ellie, you are all that matters. Guys, roommates, what happened?
Yeah, we was roommates at the time. She actually moved here. We met in Houston, Texas, and we was living in Houston, Texas together. Me and my friend actually had a apartment together, and she was staying with me and my friend at the time. And then she ended up moving to Miami, Florida. Okay. With a friend, and they invited me to come live there with them. I was on the verge of moving to Miami, Florida. So I flew out here. I've been out here with her for maybe like a good 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, and roommate. It's a 2-bedroom. We had our own rooms and everything.
So what happened the night that you got stabbed, or the day that you got stabbed?
The day that I got stabbed, the main thing I want to clear up about that day is people always say it was over a phone. It was over a phone. That is not true. That's not, like in a sense, probably, maybe, but it wasn't over a phone, Basically, and I know the crazy story is like so crazy, like how it just went from this.
I'm gonna pause it because it's not funny, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the absolute insanity that's going on in my head right now. I can't fathom that somebody got stabbed 6 times and left for dead over a phone. Over a phone, baby. What? We stabbing people over phones. I don't know the story, but we're gonna find out together. We're about to find out together because I can't. What? And we move.
So that basically, we was in the house together, and I was actually getting ready to leave out the house. Me and her both was actually getting ready to leave out the house for something, like an immediate, hey, we have to go now. So it's not like, we had time to linger about. I think he was going to he actually was going to go pick up my friend and bring her to the airport. So, yeah. So, it was like, hey, let's get out the house. So basically, I couldn't find my phone. And I was like, hey, Abby, can you help me find my phone? And she goes, yeah. So she comes out the room, and she starts searching for my phone with me. She actually physically find my phone. And I'm like, and then she was like, your phone is right there. I'm like, where? And then she was like, it's right there. You're not looking. I'm like, where is it? If you actually see my phone, like with your eyes, why you can't tell me where my phone at, right?
Or pick it up.
And then she goes,
right.
Because you don't look for anything, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, a couple of moments later, come to find out my phone was in plain sight. But the phone was black. I was genuinely overlooking it, Like, how sometimes, like, it could be right in your face, but
right. I get that.
Overlooking it, right? And obviously, I'm genuinely overlooking it because I'm trying to get out the house. So, obviously, I'm not going to pretend like I can't find my phone when I actually can.
Right.
So, I'm like... So 2-3 minutes later, which is a long time, not trying to say 2-3 minutes is a long time, but 2-3 minutes later of me going back and forth, hey, why you can't just tell me where my phone was, right?
Right.
I actually ended up finding it by myself. That's when I came to see that it was in plain sight. I was just overlooking it. Then I was mad at her. I'm like, why you couldn't just tell me where my phone was? Like, and I started calling her childish and all this and that. I'm like, excuse me, I'm like, childish. Like, you could have just told me where my phone was. We got to go, this and that. We was going back and forth for a minute, and she goes, did she say? And I call her crazy in the midst of that. I'm like, you crazy, you act childish, as I was saying before. Like, I was just, we just going back and forth, and she, I don't care, you can call me crazy. We was just like, I can't even tell you the exact words of the arguments, but yes, I did call her crazy. Okay. And then she goes and say to me, oh, I'm going to show you crazy. I'm going to show you crazy. So mind you, I'm getting ready to get out the house, right?
Right.
So I'm telling her, So I'm like, so I go back in the room, and I come back out the room.
Pretty girl. Both of them are pretty girls. Like, words and phones. But I feel like it's something bigger than what is meeting the eye right now. I know we still got like 30 something minutes left to watch, but I definitely feel like it's something bigger than her calling her crazy and her not seeing her phone in plain sight. And which I do get, because I understand that. I do that all the time. I'm like, where my phone? I always do. I do it every day. Like, there's not a day that goes by that I don't do this. But for somebody to call somebody crazy, and I don't know. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together, because I truly can't see that being the root of the issue. Like, if somebody call me crazy, yeah, all day, every day, baby, cool. But I feel like they probably had a feud or like a little spat before that about having to just finish, drop whatever they're doing to go get her friend and take her friend to the airport. I feel like that probably caused a little bit of rift, and they probably were already, going on and on and on about it, because if you recall her saying she had to just stop, they had to stop what they were doing to go take her friend to the airport. So that tells me you were on your phone when your friend called. So something happened after you got off the phone with your friend for you to forget where you put your phone. And you get what I'm saying? Like, it's something else behind the scenes that isn't said yet, but let's give her a chance. Let's give her a chance.
And then she's standing over a dresser with a knife, right? And mind you, she had beforehand, like prior before, she actually stabbed her brother. Like, I know of an incident where she stabbed her own brother, and she had a missing persons report out on her in 2021. A whole thing, like, I don't know the full details of it, so I don't want to speak of it, but I just know the gist of her, like, she actually stabbed her own brother for whatever reason. I don't know the story behind it or anything else.
I'm gonna keep pausing and interrupting. That's just what's gonna happen. Because if you knew she stabbed her brother, her blood brother, from how it sounds, if you knew she stabbed her brother, she a friend, we get it. We all got our crazy friends. I can attest to that, and I can attest to being one of them. But this ain't about me. This is not about me. However, she stabbed her own blood brother, and you moved in with her, like, after the fact. Maybe she learned this after getting stabbed. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe, because how it sounded to me like she already knew. She knew her friend was muy loco. Un poco loco. She knew her friend was a crazy chicken. So, what?
So, yeah, so, like, when she got the knife, I didn't actually think she was going to use it. Since I said to her, I'm like, Abby, what you got that knife for? I'm like, I say, what, you want to fight or something? I'm like, what do you have that knife for? She's like, oh, I'm not going to do you nothing with the knife. I'm just letting you know, if you want to know crazy, I'm going to show you crazy and all this and that. So mind you, like, she still got the knife, but I'm still rushing to get out the house. So I'm paying attention to her. I'm like, I know you got the knife, but I'm like, I didn't think the girl was going to actually use the damn knife. So I'm like, so she was like, yeah, so I come back in the living room, which is where she was, where we both was. And then she goes, I'm like, now I'm looking at her. And then I'm sorry, in the midst of all this, we still fussing about her not giving me my phone, of her not telling me what my phone was. I'm like, me calling her childish and everything. So this is the exact moment it happens, the exact second. She goes to me and say, yeah, I'm going to show you crazy. And then she goes to me, and then I turned around. I'm literally bending over the sofa. I don't even know what I was doing over the sofa. I don't know if I was picking up something, but I was literally like leaning over the sofa. I really cannot think to say what I was doing. So my back was turned, me bent over the sofa, right? To her. And I look up, and all I see is her doing this. And I try to grab her hand. Right? I'm unable to actually grab her hand. And then she actually go boom, boom, boom. She stabbed him like your back. So she stabbed him. I don't even know what area she stabbed first. Honestly, I can't even describe that incident. I don't even want to misspeak. So I just know it went to stab him. I know the last part she stabbed me in was my stomach, but the first part I'm not sure. So she go to stab, and I'm feeling it, and I'm literally feeling these stabs. I'm like, Abby, stop, please. That's enough. That's enough. You'll hear you can hear this in the you can hear all this in the audio video. I'm like, Abby, please stop. And then,
y'all, sad. I'm truly sad. Like, that audio itself is so triggering. Like, that audio is so triggering, y'all. And like I said, I'm a crybaby, but that is so sad. Like, what? Because she called you crazy? Abby, you crazy as fuck. You're crazy. Ding ding. It just is what it is. You're more than crazy. You're psychotic. You're psycho, baby. What? That's attempted murder. What? Baby, you ain't crazy. You're a psycho. Crazy is not even the definition. Crazy is not even the aura. Crazy is not even the vibe. Crazy is definitely not the word in this case. That a lot.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Take your time.
I'm not. I don't want to get emotional.
But take your time.
Yeah. So then I look, and then she finally stops, right? And I'm in disbelief. My ovaries is in my hand. My stomach, a piece of my stomach is virtually in my hand. Like, it was just so unbelievable, and I got the chills. And I'm like, but at the same time, like, as I said before, she was stabbing me multiple times. So, like, I'm still trying to get away from her and still holding my stomach, like literally holding a piece of my stomach in my hand. And my other hand, I'm walking away from her, walking out the door away from her, because there was other people in the house, not in the house at the time. I mean, like, a company in the house, but they were standing outside of the house. So, we was in the house by ourselves at that moment. So I'll go walk out to the door, and I'm grabbing my stomach, and then that's when you hear me say, "Get Abby, get Abby." I'm telling her, I'm saying, "Get Abby," as in get Abby away from me, like, because I didn't know if she was coming to stab me some more. I don't know where she had went, because my focus was on holding my stomach, getting away from her, getting out the door, like drawing attention to us before she just finished me off or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I come out the house. Yeah, so basically I come out the house and I get my attention of...
You should tell me get Abby. I should have been there to get Abby. The Lord places you in the predicaments that you need to get through to teach you a lesson. But, baby, there's some magic happening. Because if I was that neighbor, or if I was one of those bystanders, or one of the people that were, baby, Abby would have got. Abby would have had to, that knife would have never been an element. Okay? Abby would have had to be beat. Okay? That is just crazy to me. That's not even crazy to me. That is psychotic to me. That's very psychotic. That is psychopathic tendencies. You didn't learn your lesson from stabbing your brother? I guess not, because she ran away, right? That's what she said. Yeah, she ran away. Y'all, I'm disgusted. Like, just hearing her say, just hearing Dejanay say, I was holding my ovary in my hand, holding a piece of my stomach, my internal organ in my hand, and then you having to tell them to get Abby like they didn't hear you screaming? What?
Oh, I mean, your friend.
Surround yourself with better. Always surround yourself with people who are going to protect you. I don't care what test you have to put them through. Make sure you put them through that test so you can see how to maneuver.
About that's outside, and he thinking I'm holding my stomach, laughing. So it was like literally a whole 45 seconds before.
But you were screaming, God.
Time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, 45 seconds is a long. It's like a whole 45 seconds before anyone could actually, because it's dark outside. It's very dark outside. Before anyone could actually notice that I'm bleeding. I'm holding my stomach because I'm bleeding. Because later come find out, they thought I came out the house laughing. They thought, like I'm laughing about something. They was like, "Oh, we thought you was laughing. We thought you was dying laughing about something. You was crunched over until I collapsed because I'm coming out the house saying so all this happening simultaneously. I'm coming out the house yelling, "Get Abby, get Abby." They're saying they're looking at me, and I'm thinking they're not about to help me because, like I said, they thought I later found out they think I'm laughing. So I'm thinking they see me bleeding. I'm like, do y'all not see me bleeding? Like, are y'all just gonna let me bleed? And they just standing there like nothing is happening. And I'm like, what the hell? So then they, 45 seconds later, they finally see that I'm bleeding. So then I see her. Like I said, all this happening simultaneously. I see her. She went back to the room, and later to find out, on the camera, she went to the room to pack her bag, and she walking out the room, and a mutual friend of ours goes to ask what happened, and she says with no remorse, no nothing. She literally says, "I told her to leave me alone."
Are you serious?
I would not make this up. And she repeated again. I told her to leave me alone. But like this is like I'm hearing this stuff at the same time.
I told her to leave me alone.
Like so much stuff is going on at one time. So then I'm realizing my stomach is out of my hand, right? I'm really thinking I'm about to die.
And like, I heard you say one time, like, please don't let me die.
Please don't let me die. Like at first I was like on some, don't let me die, call the ambulance. I'm literally in my head mentally calming myself down. I'm like, I'm still walking, I'm still this, I should be good. Like I'm literally saying all this stuff to myself in my head. So I go back to the house. I go back inside, and I'll crunch over. My phone is on the sofa at the time. So I crunch over and trying to reach my phone because I can't speak at the time. It's like I'm gasping for air. So it's like I can't tell nobody, hey, reach me my phone. I can only do things at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking over to my phone to call my mom and my dad because at this time I don't know if I'm about to live or die. So like I make it to the sofa and I collapse like halfway there. And it's literally like some movie type stuff. Like I'm like my phone is here and I'm here like 2 feet away from my phone and I can't reach it. Like I'm literally holding my stomach with my left hand and like reaching for my phone with my right hand. I'm sorry, this is giving me chills.
You giving me chills.
I'm sorry, this is literally giving me chills. I'm sorry, like I don't want to be emotional at all.
Yeah, you're fine.
This is literally giving me chills right now. But yeah, I'm reaching for my phone with my right hand and I'm like, call my mama, call my daddy. If I'm about to die, I have to talk to my parents. I gotta talk to my parents. So then I got enough breath to say those words, and then it's like quiet again, and I'm puffing for breath again. And then I pick up the phone, call my mama. It's like I think it's like 1. This happened like 1-2 o'clock in the morning, I think, maybe. So I don't know what time this happened, but it's late. It's late, so I really don't know what time all this happened.
Okay, so I don't know if she got a call from her friend or her friend was there since they had people that were already in the house. I don't know the logistics behind it, but it is really irking me that she had to go through that. And then to still be around people that really ain't your friend. Like, what? Like, I guess these people were Abby's friends, because she did say, at the beginning, Chronicles did say that she's from New Orleans, and then with her being from New Orleans, she went to Houston. From Houston, then she in Miami with Abby and some of her friends. So I get it. It's probably Abby's friends, but where Abby at? Where is Abby? And then where is Abby? Where is Abby? Did anybody stop her? Where is Abby? I need to know where Abby's at, because they're watching you struggle to get your phone, and you probably have not known them for long for them to have your parents' numbers, you know, on their phones and whatnot. But did anybody call the police? Like, it's so many questions that are going through my head, and it's just all mind-blowing at the same time. Like, what? Where's Abby?
Maybe like between 9 and 1 o'clock in the morning. I really don't remember what time this happened, but I know it was late.
Yeah.
So I called my mom and she didn't answer, and I think I called my daddy. I don't even remember.
My battery died, but let's get back to it.
I literally got a new number that day. I got a new number. I was like, they're not answering me. I just got a new number.
Because they don't know.
I can't even say goodbye. Like, this is all these thoughts that I'm saying right now is running through my head. It's like I'm not speaking it, but I'm thinking it.
Mm.
And then she goes, then the police get there, right? You know, like, of course, people around me call the police. So then when the police got there, I'm thinking I'm relieved. So that's when I collapsed, you know, stopped trying to reach my phone. I'm like, okay. But the police got there. But I thought they were the ambulance. There was the police. So when the police got there, you know, I collapsed on the ground. I'm like, okay, let them take over. So I literally laid back and waited for them to do something. It wasn't even the ambulance. It was the police. And, you know, the police can't touch you. They're not, you know, qualified to, you know, do anything.
Yeah.
In a medical situation. So I'm like, I'm like, help me, don't let me die, please, don't let me die. And I'm literally grabbing for somebody's hand to hold, to squeeze, because I'm in so much pain. They couldn't do nothing. They couldn't touch me. They're backing away from me. I'm like, oh, you guys gonna let me die for real? So then, like, there was like, the ambulance is 6 minutes away. I'm like, 6 minutes? That sounds like forever. I'm like, just let me die. I can't take it no more. I just can't. Like, at that point, I swear to God, like, I was literally holding on, right? And I was like, I can't take it no more. Just let me die. Just please put me out my misery. This is miserable. Let me die. Let me die. And I have these pants on, right? And they have a hole in the pants. And, like, what a coincidentally, like, it was a design. Like, the design, the hole was a design. So coincidentally, where the hole was is where my stomach was out at. So, like, my stomach, the piece of my stomach, like, the whole big old piece of my stomach that was out was, like, it went directly into the hole. So, like, me, every time I move, like, I'm moving the piece of my stomach with me, and I'm feeling it. I'm sorry. I'm really getting chills. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
no, you're fine.
But,
yeah, so hurt. Give me chills.
And then at that point, I'm just like, let me die. Let me, you know, back to that. I'm just like, let me die. I can't take it. They was like, the police, I'm like, then they'll tell me, the ambulance 4 minutes away. It's like, this was a 2-minute period. I'm screaming, let me die. Just put me out. Just leave me alone. Let me die. Because I'm literally, my head is going like this. Like, I'm literally oozing in and out. I'm fainting. Like, I'm getting weaker and weaker, literally by the second. So then my little sister, like, she means so much to me, right? And she recently, not recently, about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little longer, lost her father, right? And she does not take death well. Like, and that little girl, love her some me. She does not take death well at all. Like, she doesn't. And all I remember is like, damn, I can't die.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, you don't want to let her down.
Like, wait, I forgot. I got sisters. I cannot die. So I was back to, don't let me die. Don't let me die. Like, I literally, like, I swear to God, I was laying on the ground, like, literally just, like, laying back, just ready to just, let go easily, right? And then something just came out of nowhere. Her, like, image, her spirit, like, something about her just was like, damn, I gotta live. Like, I forgot. I have something to live for. I have siblings. I have family. I'm like, I can't do that to them. Like, I literally, that's literally what I was thinking. Like, because it was up to me and me only. Like, I was
like,
burning.
You would have let it go.
I was ready to let go. But, like, I was thinking, I was like, she cannot handle this.
Yeah.
Like, so I was fighting again. I started, okay, call my mama, call my daddy. I started with the, you know, then the ambulance got there. The ambulance got there. You know, obviously took me to the hospital. Then at the hospital, then the ambulance couldn't do nothing to me. They literally did nothing to me. I think maybe they gave me some breathing med. They gave me like the little breathing mask thing.
Okay,
that's the little thing, you know, that helps me breathe. But like me physically, like my stomach and all these open cuts and all, they literally did nothing. So I'm in the same weak pain the whole hospital ride. It takes them, like, get to the hospital. They asking me questions. What's your name?
What?
What's your... I'm like, excuse, like, sir, I'm talking
Right.
I cannot make none of this up. I am literally bleeding. What's your name? Do you know where you are? Do you know how old you are? I'm like, sir, ma'am, are you serious? Like...
help me.
Like, I can low-key laugh about it a little bit now. I'm looking back. But at the time, it was not funny.
Yeah.
I got you. Not even a little bit. I'm like...
Y'all just trying to let me die.
Working on me. I'm like, okay. They was like, we have to. They was like, they have to clear trauma out. They have to clear this out, or do. I don't know what they was saying. They was like, basically, there was something on the lines of they have to make room for me, you know, in whatever part of the hospital I had to go to.
Wow.
So I'm like, just put me to sleep, please. Put me to sleep.
Right.
Put me out my misery. They was like, okay. So there was debating whether they was gonna put me to sleep when we got to the trauma room, or we was gonna put me to sleep now. I put up a big fuss. I'm like, put me to sleep. Put me to sleep.
Now.
I cannot take this. I'm literally. And then there was an officer. I'm looking at her. She was an African American officer, like a actual police officer, and she's actually. I'm guessing she felt my pain too. She was like, and she came stepping. You can't put her to sleep now. Like she's stepping. Like she's feeling the. She's feeling me, like he's literally feeling me, and then from there, you know, like 2 minutes later, you know, they put me to sleep, and I woke up. You know, obviously I had surgery done. I was patched up and everything, and yeah.
So how many times were you stabbed?
6.
Oh God! And where are your stab wounds? I know you said your stomach, your back.
I have one on my thigh. To be honest, I don't even know the count of it. I've been asking that, to be honest with you. Because it's like a cut here and then a cut there. I don't know if they count that as 1 is 2. So they have like, it's 2 on my thigh. I don't know if they count that as 1 is 2. Because it's like 1 big one and 1 small one. There's 2 on my arms. Again, I don't know if they count that as 1 is 2. Because it's like, it's 2 cuts, but it's like it's kind of
They count it. They probably count it as 1.
Okay.
There's a cut right here. There's a cut in my stomach. And it's like it's 2. It's like every cut is like it's 2
Double.
of them.
Yeah, they just count it as
next to
1.
it. Yeah, so I don't know how they're counting the 6, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Are they? So it's arm, here, stomach, and thigh.
Okay.
Your back.
Now, are they expecting for you to be able to move again? All your functions are going to be the same?
Thank God, it's a blessing. I have no permanent damage.
Ooh, praise
you
Lord.
know, the first thing I always ask I've been in 2 car accidents before. The first thing I always ask is this going to affect me having children?
Okay.
Like, that is literally the first, because I want kids, you know? Okay. And I was stabbed in my stomach.
You're right.
So the first question I asked, will I be able to have kids? So I'll be able to have kids. I might have some ugly scars. As long as I'm able to have kids and I'm able to walk, I'm able to talk, I can, you know, do everything. I mean, obviously not now, but with progress, I'll be able to be as good as new, I guess.
Okay, so physical therapy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think I have to do physical therapy. I think the main cut was in my stomach.
Okay.
And the main cut was in my stomach, and that affected me not being able to eat. I lost a lot of blood. She cut my intestines open. She cut my intestines open, so my stomach is smaller than what it is now. They have to like literally patch my stomach back together. Okay. They have to take some of my stomach out and then close it back up, or whatever else they did. I don't even want to describe what they did because I don't even know. But I just know my stomach is smaller than what it was normally is. So like I can't eat as much as I used to, or
Okay.
like yeah, my appetite wouldn't be as big as it used to be.
Okay. Now what happened to her?
She is actually okay. So what happened to her?
No, she had a smirk on her face
from the scene. She left the scene, right? I don't know where she went from there. Obviously, I was in the hospital. I don't know where she went, but she called our mutual friend. You know, I told you, we were staying with, with someone. He was, who was also our roommate, but that was like more or less her, significant other. She called him to come get her. I don't know where from. I don't know none of the details of that. And he went got her, right? And he came and spoke with me at the hospital and asked me, what do you want me to do with her? Do you want me to turn her in? Do you want to let it go? Do you want to deal with it herself?
Let it go.
Like I know it sound. He genuinely was asking, like, how do I want to handle this situation? Turn her ass in.
All the way in.
Thank you, because that's all the way in. Screw face, like, okay.
Turn her in.
Asking, cause like,
put her under the jail.
People want to handle the street way and all. It's cool. I respect you for asking that and all. But turn her ass the fuck in now.
Yes.
Like, when I actually low-key got mad with him, I'm like, why are you even asking me this? Are you working with her? Are you...
Right.
Like, I was on his ass for a good-ass minute. Like, a couple of hours. He's like, no. He had to reassure me. I'm turning her in now. I'm going, I'm setting it up now. Like, he had to reassure me. Like, he was genuinely asking,
Okay.
Like, he was genuinely asking, what did I want to do?
Okay.
So, from my understanding... He took her to the basketball court. He took her to a basketball court, tried to hold her there for a minute, called the police. The police was taking all day. I guess the park was closing at the time. So they ended up going to a gas station and a wing place, or a gas station with a wing place, something like that. And he ordered wings, quote unquote, ordered wings. And, like, that was her way of, that was his way of getting her to stay in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
While he waited for the police. I guess they went like 2 minutes up the street because the police was taking all day at the basketball court. And they had to leave from there because the basketball court was closing. And, so basically he just set her up. And the police came and got her.
Okay. So she's going to be doing some time. The police come and
she's actually getting that's actually crazy that someone is being charged with my attempted murder.
Good.
That is crazy. Like, imagine someone is really being charged with your attempted murder. Someone actually tried to kill me.
Tried to kill you.
Yeah, and I had to... I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I actually had to, like, at first I was outraged. I was mad. I was just mad at everything, everybody. I was just going off. And I'm like...
I can imagine.
Because, I was reading the comments and people try to be like,
ignorant.
You caused this, or you called her crazy. You know how people, mental health people would get online, but like, you can't call people crazy. That set them off. You know how the people be in the comments be like, me calling her crazy set her off, and you should choose your word. I'm like, so I'm just thinking, I'm like,
but that's my problem. Like, being an adult or being even in a mature space with roommates or even friends, like. Friends call each other crazy. Like, girl, you crazy as hell. Girl, you crazy for doing this. Like, it should have never been a trigger. Even, like, if they're in the middle of a spat, even if they're, like, exchanging words, you didn't have to pick up a knife. Like, the maturity just wasn't there and isn't there. Like, you are not fathoming that the word crazy does not equate... quite to psycho. I can see she called you psycho and then say, oh, you're a psycho. You're gonna get mad at me and try to stab me like you did your brother. I can see if it happened like that. But from what Dejanay is saying, it's just like, girl, you crazy. Like, and you crazy. Like, you crazy as fuck for not even giving me my phone. Like, da-da-da. Like, I feel like that's how it was. Like, girl, you crazy as hell and you want to argue me and you sat there and looked at my phone. That's crazy. Like, I would say that. I'd be like, you crazy as hell because you're looking at my phone. You clearly see I don't know where my phone is at, but you want to argue with me, argue me down and put me through tests and limitations on what I see when I'm telling you I can't see it. So you crazy as hell trying to argue with me about something I can't see. Just help me get the phone and keep it moving. We could go out the door. Like, that's how I feel the conversation had gone. But then again, who's to say, who's to know, because we don't know the actual verbiage used between the spat, because you know how you argue with somebody, you forget what you say, you forget what they say, then you don't want to add fillers in it, and all of it trickles. So I get it, but I don't comprehend how crazy made her so crazy by going to get a knife and stabbing her 6 times, knowing people are outside the door. Like, that to me just doesn't sit well. It was kind of, to me, it seemed premeditated. And to me, it seemed like Abby was pissed off. Well, I didn't even call her Abby. Abigail. Seemed like Abigail was pissed off that they had to go uproot real quick, stop whatever they were doing to go and pick up Dejanay's friend. And you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I just feel like Abigail was upset that they had to stop what they were doing to go and get Dejanay's friend, take Dejanay's friend to the airport, and whatever, so on and so forth. It may be that Abigail didn't like Dejanay's friend and all that, so on and so forth. We don't know, but all I know is this is a lot. This is a lot for 24-year-olds to be doing. This is a lot for 24-year-olds to be thinking. Like, it's just a lot. Like, at 24, you're just supposed to be vibing, baby, feeling out life, exploring, not exploring mass murdering, because that's your second attempt in murdering someone. You get what I'm saying? Like, stabbing is not a light attempt. Stabbing is not battery. No, that's attempted murder. No matter where you stab someone, how you do it, and you stab them consecutively. So it's definitely attempted murder at that point. So. And the boyfriend, he cool. He cool with me. He cool with me. And I only say he cool with me because he gave Dejanay, he knows she from NOLA. So he gave her options like, you want to handle NOLA way, you want to get your people, or you want to get these people. You get what I'm saying? You want to get your people, or you want to take her to the people. So I get where he's coming from with that, but he was in a tough predicament too. But he did what he had to do. He set her up. Cool. He cool with me. He get a seat at my table in a day. Cause he knew what was up.
Am I tripping? Like, I'm really looking back at it like did I cause it? Like, should I have said something different, or should?
Oh, that's the other thing for like the people that was trolling in the comments. I got sidetracked, but yeah, for the people that was trolling in the comments saying that you started it, like blaming her, she did not. Like, all she said was, you crazy. Like, you crazy for arguing with me over my phone that I can't see. You crazy and childish for not even just saying, here girl, here, let's go. Like, here you go. I said, girl, I found it, here, let's go. Like, that's crazy and that's childish. It wouldn't be a trigger word for me, but then again, it may have been a trigger for Abigail. So for me, I just feel like it shouldn't have gone down that way. Like, that shouldn't have been triggering words to go stab somebody. Like, and the people in the comments, relax on Dejanay. Relax on her. Because if you're talking to a friend, you and a friend are having a spat, both of y'all are calling each other crazy. And us girls know, both of us are calling each other crazy. Like, girl, you crazy as hell, you can't see your phone, you crazy and blind, and you dumb, and you stupid, and you might be retarded. And then Dejanay rebuttal would be, bitch, you crazy, you dumb, you stupid, and you ignorant and childish for not even just giving me the phone. Like, that's just how the conversation, you get what I'm saying, that's how it would go. But we friends, so we're not really tripping on each other on the aspect of being caught crazy, because we're both crazy, and then we're gonna look back at it later and forgive each other and move on. But I don't know, I'm not the Abigail type to have a trigger word to call me crazy and I'm a splash, or so on and so forth. So yeah, that comment, all that, you struck her trigger, like you triggered her, I don't see that as being the case. Like, I feel like Abigail just wanted some beef. Like, Abigail wanted the issue, and the people outside the door who were waiting to leave or waiting to come in, however it may have been, they knew it was up to be real, because they thought she was laughing. Like, Abigail probably said something to them earlier and be like, oh yeah, I don't really like her friend, and she want me to go get her friend with her, and she want us to go take her to get her friend, and I'm gonna beat this ass in her friend, da 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 da, like something, you know. And they probably thought she was joking, you know, they was laughing together, or whatever the situation may be. That's why the other people outside the door thought it was a joke when she came out holding her stomach. Like, it's a lot.
I'm really looking at it and I'm like, no, I could have called you retarded, crazy, this.
Right.
I could have called you whatever the hell I wanted to. That don't give you the right to try to kill me.
Yeah.
That part.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, she was never your friend.
No.
Right.
I'm a little bit older than you, but I'm gonna just tell you right now, she was never your friend. And I don't know if you know what's going on with Shanquella and all of that. I've been
that's what it reminds me of.
I just been talking to young girls, just letting them know you can't trust everybody. You can't call everybody your friend. I got daughters, and I had these same conversations with them. You can't think that everybody's your friend. You know. So just watch the people that you hang around.
Watch
the company that you keep. Everybody's not your friend.
Yeah.
And she honestly, looking through your pictures, I said, this girl is jealous of you.
Yes.
You don't have that kind of rage over somebody calling you crazy.
Right.
I've been called far worse.
Far worse.
And it didn't go
affect
to that
me.
level. So just watch your friends, watch the people that you hang around.
Chronicle.
Because everybody ain't your friend. And looking at your picture, I said, this girl, she was jealous of you.
Beautiful. And she was jealous of you,
jealous
baby.
of you. So, no, don't let the comments get to you. I get them all the time. Don't let the comments get to you. Don't get the negative naysayers to say anything like that to you. It's not your fault. So don't ever feel like it is. You don't deserve that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Like, I really appreciate you saying that. Because it's like, I'm not trying to just be a negative friend. Or these people y'all calling y'all friends, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
Or like these people, it could have...
Yeah, so for me, that wraps up the video. Because I know it's just going to be, you know, them going back and forth talking about how we all can learn from this and how we all can take the Shanquella Robinson situation and now Dejanay's situation, how we can compare and contrast them. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I feel like mentally we're all in a space of just wanting to have friends and have a close knit and a close group of individuals that we call our friends, that we're so open and our barriers and guards aren't fully up where they need to be, to where we just are like, oh, I want to have as many friends as possible. So we put everyone in the friend pool when our circles really need to be this small. But we want our circles to be this big so we can have a friend for this, a friend for that, a friend for this, a friend. Like, I'm going to tell you how I told one of my friends. And this is not just a friend of like 2 years. No, this is one of my friends of like 10 years plus. When we give someone our code of saying friend, when we allow someone that perception of being our friend and they know the who's, the what's, the whens, the where's, the why's, the how's, the whomever's, and we allow people into our space on that level, they switch. And they switch only if they're not right. But you'll notice that through your high progressions, those people will stay the same. They won't switch. They won't trade up. They won't act funny. You would never, ever really have an argument or a spat with them, because they're going to always root for you. They're always going to be by your side. They're always going to encourage you. They're always going to want you to be the best version of yourself and to never experience any of the bad things that they have ever experienced. So my gathering from this story, and I encourage you guys to watch the rest of the interviews of Dejanay's story and read up on the details of the situation, because like I said, I think we're all fiending for friendship. We're seeing the posts of like girls trips, guys trips, mixed friendship trips, a big group of people coming together, pictures making it seem like, oh, it was a beautiful, you know, glorious excursion together. It was a beautiful, glorious vacation together, but we don't know the story behind the pictures. We don't know how many fights they've had, how many arguments. We don't know what it took to get on that trip. We don't know the logistics behind any of it. So for me, this is just another eye-opener, because I'm super friendly, but I'm reserved as well. I'm very much so shy. I'm reserved, and if I meet someone that has a genuine energy and we automatically connect off the back, I would consider them a soul friend, like someone that I probably had known in the past life. However, I'm still going to vet them. I'm still going to get to know them, and I'm still going to allow myself to have indirect access to them and give them indirect access to me fully. Like, they have limited access to me for a limited amount of time, and you know, I might be living life on the edge here, but I'm gonna test you a lot before I call you my friend. So we're gonna be in situations, scenarios the other way. You either gonna ride, or you either gonna die, or you either gonna put your seatbelt on, or you either gonna unbuckle and jump out the car while it's rolling. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's a lot to call people your friends now. Like, it's the hardest thing to label people as your friend, because the word is used so loosely. It's kind of like love. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's how love is loosely used now. Friend is so loosely used that we just are quick to label someone friend. But I only wanted to make this video so that you guys could get a different type of, get different type of content from me, and B, so you guys can learn a lesson. Like, I wasn't always taught, like, don't let everyone be your friend, don't let everyone have access to you. That wasn't what I was taught. That was a learned thing for me. I've been through the ringer with people that were my best friends, people that were really close friends, people that were newfound friends, or people that were acquaintances. I've been through so many situations, you guys. It's quite unfathomable how much I've been through. But to follow this video up, I think I'm going to do a story time on friendship. Like, friendship and acquaintances. Like, so where you should know the difference and the telltale signs of who's really for you versus who's really against you, and versus people who are really envious of you and jealous of you, versus people who are just admiring you, like who admire you as a person, who admire you as a friend, who respect you, who love you, who support you. I think I'm going to do a video on that, and it's going to be a style of, story time, because it's so many more stories like this that are happening, and they're becoming more and more relevant. It's crazy. It's happening to us more and more often, and it's not a racial thing. It happens in every race. So we're gonna clear that out the way really quick. It's happening all over, and it is genuinely sad. It's genuinely disturbing. It is genuinely depressing to see that we can't even have friends with pure intentions anymore. Like, whatever happened to friendship with pure intentions? Friendships with no animosity, no jealousy, friendship with no boundaries and no limitations. Like, whatever happened to that? Like, does that even exist anymore? Like, apart from people that we've known for years, apart from people that we've, been vetted through, and we've vetted through our systems, like, can you really just meet someone and they automatically become your friend? That's an excellent question. With that being said, I'm going to leave this video here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a video. Trust me, you guys are going to be notified. Like, you're going to want to have your notifications on, because I'm only coming in hot with more content. And until the next one, thank you guys so much.